Coming up next, Vietnam has witnessed progress in gaining support for the LGBTQ+ community. And lily cultivation boosts mountainous communes' development. June is a special month for the LGBTQ+ community, as it is the time when Pride Month happens. Pride Month is a month-long observance dedicated to the celebration of LGBTQ+ pride. Recently, Vietnam has witnessed progress in gaining support for the LGBTQ+ community. According to the 2024 survey of United Nations Development Program (UNDP), 66.8% of Vietnamese respondents expressed support for same-sex marriage, a significant increase from 56% in 2023. And a similar survey by Pew Research also reveals that the supporting rate for LGBTQ+ had almost doubled in a decade to 65% in 2023. That growing acceptance has fueled vibrant artistic expression, especially in the drag scene. So for a closer look at this art of self-expression in Hanoi, we go to our correspondent Xuân Mai. Hello Xuân Mai, can you tell me how the drag scene is going on in Hanoi?
Hey there! The current scene in Hanoi of drag is booming. There's been so many more drag queens for the past 2 years being featured in music videos as well as performing in local bars and clubs, attracting huge crowds, both locally as well as international tourists. Right now, I'm at the backstage with one of the most fabulous queens of Hanoi, Winnie, and let's meet her. Hi, Winnie.
My, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
We would love to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay.
Shoot.
Awesome. So how long have you been doing drag in Hanoi?
In Hanoi, I started drag here in Hanoi, actually. I've been doing drag for a little over 7 years.
And that's so cool. I would love to know your performances that you include in your set.
Well, my house, Wet Dynasty, we usually do we can do any performance because we have 12 queens and we all have different styles. Black culture, Arabian culture, K-pop, stunt queen, can do all in one house because we are all so different but united because of drag.
And for those tuning in at home, it might still be a little bit confusing to picture what a drag performance really is. So right now, I will take you to a recorded story of us recording a drag performance in Hanoi. Let's take it from here.
Are we all ready? Let me introduce the Siêu Drag House!
With bright lights and stunning costumes, these drag performances blend the bold spirit of Western culture with the richness of Vietnamese tradition.
We have more and more local performers, have a lot of flavors and also material from our own culture. It is a great way to connect the performers to the audience who are really new to the scene.
Drag shows in Hanoi are attracting artists from around the world. With growing community support, safe spaces are forming to celebrate diversity and promote inclusivity.
We do a lot of work with other organizations that work within the LGBT field in general, so like Pride Hanoi, Lighthouse Sexual Health Clinic, and I think it's great collaboration between everyone, you know. Pride Hanoi is really bringing all the organizations together.
Recently, in 2022, when the Ministry of Health stated that being LGBT is not a disease at all, Vietnam often also voted against discrimination against sexual orientation and gender identity. This kind of directive is important because it aligns Vietnam's position with international human rights standards, make the LGBT community feeling more visible and more encouraged.
From dazzling performances and welcoming venues to progressively policy reforms, Vietnam is committed to building a safe, inclusive space where the LGBTQ+ community can proudly express and celebrate their true selves.
This is such good news for the LGBTQ plus community in Vietnam as they have more and more space to express themselves, and drag show is a notable example. Now, I want to ask Winnie a question myself. I'm so curious to know, Winnie, how is it being yourself openly and boldly in Hanoi?
Most of the reactions are positive. So when people see me, they'll say something like slay, or they will say sing gai, and some people will even be like, oh, oi rồi oi, sing thế, you know, something like that. It's always positive, and it's always fun to hear people because you've just drawn their attention by just existing, and that is powerful.
And do you have a message to send to people out there, especially the youngsters?
I would say find your tribe, find your community, find your people, and work with them to create the best version of yourself possible.
Thank you so much, Winnie, for being so inspirational.
Welcome.
And now let's talk a little bit about a fun fact in Vietnam. Not only do we celebrate Pride Month in June with the rest of the world, we also have our own Pride parades in September. This event is when we amplify local voices of LGBTQIA+ Vietnamese people. And now let's take it back with the studio with our host.
Well, thank you, Sun Mai, and thank you, Winnie. I think we have all learned now that drag is more than simply entertainment. It's a powerful form of self-expression. In a society still learning to embrace diversity, these shows are statements of pride that mark Vietnam's progress towards LGBTQ+ equality that remind us the journey ahead. And to everyone who belongs to the LGBTQ+ community, as well as its allies, we wish you a happy Pride Month.